this is Ev. I'm here with a really cool guitar that I'm going to be working on. This was just sent in from California. It is an LG from the 50s, an LG-1. These came ladder braced. They look just almost like the LG-2s, except for they were meant to be sold at a lower price point. So they came with ladder bracing. Ladder bracing isn't inherently wrong, but at this time it was not a tonal choice. At least not for the better. It was meant to just make a cheaper, faster guitar. They really slapped these big old fat 2x4 looking braces in here with no intention for them to sound good. Probably to make the other ones sound better in the store and sell the LG2s. But they look cool. They're vintage Gibsons. They've got all the look, all the mystique you expect, but they just never sound great. You may have one that you have some affection for, and it might be one of the better sounding ones. But across the board, they're just not great sounding guitars. So he sent this in. I have a particular set of plans that I have, and we are going to take these ladder braces out. And then we are going to Xbrace it, but not just Xbrace it. A lot of people do this. They Xbrace them like a Martin. We will be Xbracing them just like the original LG2s. So it'll have real Gibson bracing. I have a set of plans. I'll make an exact set of braces to go in here, so they'll be just like the old ones. The joints, the way I do their particular lap joint with the wedge, with the pre-cut braces, with the little, you even put a little piece of cloth over it so it looks like that. They've got their own thing, and I think LG2s are about my favorite guitars. So I think they're really worth shooting for instead of just trying to make these sound like an OM. And an OM sounds nice, but it's not a Gibson. If you want a Martin, go get a Martin. So fixing these up, that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to post some pictures along the way. I'll just show off a few things. It's had some rough. These often, the heel kind of gives in, the block, and gives in and causes some damage around the sound hole. The pick guard curls up like a potato chip and causes these classic cracks all along here, especially on these big ones. So we're going to get those fixed properly from the inside. This has got a big seam down the middle split that's been not repaired too well. Bridge is coming loose. These have a big old bridge plate that goes all the way across, and then these braces. Those are going to come out of there. Let's see if there's anything else. It's a really cool buckle rash on the back. We'll be leaving that. But all around, it's a beautiful guitar that plays well. But I'm going to give you a great example of how it doesn't sound great. We're going to change the tuners to some Kluson Deluxe, a modern set. I always recommend, if it's a guitar you're going to be playing and gigging with, put a good set of tuners on there. Some that look vintage, don't go Grovers on these, but a good set of vintage tuners that look right, but they tune easy. And you can keep the originals in the case for that fuzzy feeling of having the originals. So here we go. I'm going to give a little demo. You're going to see. These are just, it's not loud. You'll be able to hear my talking volume and then me play this. It's not a loud guitar. Kind of some simple fundamentals, no overtones, not a lot of sustain, very minimal low end and bass. Just all around doesn't sound great. Your average harmony from this period is going to sound like this because they're built about the same way. So, but when we put it back together, it's got good bones. We're just going to have to change the internal structure. When we get it back together, it'll sound like an LG2. This is an LG-1. Here we go. Thin. Sounds like a shoebox. A shoebox with rubber bands on it. Real thin. Again, you can hear me talking. pretty thin. It sounds okay. It does not sound great. Hear that kind of dullness? So just one more just to think about this process. This is not the original design. The original design is Xbrace and Gibson's own unique fashion that gives it that unique Gibson sound. That's the LG-2, that's the LG-3. Later on, they said, hey, we need a cheaper guitar and let's change it up. They didn't change it up to make a better sounding guitar. That's what this is. So we're going to make it back true to the original design. So kind of like turning a Firebird into a Trans Am kind of a thing. So if that makes any sense. So here we are. If you enjoyed this kind of thing, please hit the subscribe button, and you'll see other projects that I'm working on as they come up, and you'll be able to see when the future one comes out. You'll see a during, at least, probably a couple, and then definitely an after and a sound sample of that. If you think somebody else would find this interesting, hit that arrow button and send it to them. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Thanks for watching.